That daily walk, it used to be a source of joy, didn't it? A moment of peace. But now, maybe it's become a source of anxiety. It could be a knee that aches with every single step, a hip that screams no more, or just a general feeling of unsteadiness that has you reaching for the wall for support. You might have even caught yourself making excuses to stay inside more often. I want you to know, you're not imagining it, and you are definitely not alone. Here's something you might not know. After we hit 60, our muscle mass can start to drop off, sometimes by as much as 3% a year if we're not staying active. Doctors call this sarcopenia, and it's a huge reason why simple things like walking suddenly feel so hard, and why our risk of falling goes up. In fact, research shows that over 1 in 4 people over 65 has a fall each year. That's a scary number, and it's why so many of us start moving less. We get scared of falling, so we just stop. But this creates a really dangerous cycle. The less we move, the weaker we get. And the weaker we get, the higher our risk of falling actually becomes. It's a trap, and it can rob us of our confidence and our independence. But what if I told you that skipping that painful walk doesn't mean you have to skip being active? What if the answer isn't to grit your teeth and push through the pain, but to find a smarter, gentler, and even more effective way to build your strength back, right from the comfort and safety of your own home? Today, we're going to break that cycle. We are closing the door on that fear and opening a new one to feeling strong and stable again. I'm going to guide you through 5 specific, joint-friendly exercises designed to rebuild the very muscles you need for balance in everyday life. These aren't complicated or crazy movements. You don't need any fancy equipment. All you'll need is a sturdy chair and the willingness to give your body the gentle movement it's been asking for. By the time we're done here, you'll have a powerful new toolkit of exercises you can do anytime. I promise to explain every single movement clearly and simply, and we'll do them together at a nice, slow pace. You'll learn not just how to do them, but why each one is so important for rebuilding your leg strength, improving your balance, and helping you feel more confident on your own 2 feet. These exercises are your new foundation. They're your path to taking back control, quieting that fear of falls, and making sure you can keep doing the things you love for years to come. So, go find a good, stable chair, one without wheels, and with armrests if you've got one, and let's get started. Before we jump into the exercises, let's talk about the story our bodies are telling us. Because let's be honest with each other, for many of us, getting older can feel like a series of subtractions. We subtract activities because they just don't feel good anymore. We stop taking long walks, we give up gardening, or maybe we stop getting on the floor to play with the grandkids. And it usually starts with pain. Over half of all older adults say they deal with bothersome pain, and that pain is a big reason why physical abilities decline. It could be the nagging ache of arthritis, which more than doubles the risk of falling for seniors. When a joint hurts, our gut instinct is to protect it, to not use it. And that makes perfect sense. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. When we stop using our muscles, they start to disappear. It happens quietly. You don't notice it day to day. But over months and years, that muscle loss, that sarcopenia, really takes a toll. The muscles in our legs, the ones that hold us up, help us stand up from a chair, and catch us when we stumble, they get weaker. Our core muscles, the foundation for our posture and balance, get weaker too. And this weakness is what really puts us at risk. It's not just about the pain anymore, it's about losing the ability to do things for ourselves. Think about it like this. Just getting out of a comfy armchair takes a surprising amount of leg and core strength. When those muscles are weak, what do? We start to use momentum. We rock back and forth, or we push so hard on the armrest that our shoulders ache. This is a sign. It's our body telling us that the main engines, our leg muscles, are running low on fuel. And then there's balance. Our sense of balance is a team effort between our inner ear, our eyes, and the signals from our muscles and joints. As we age, that system can get a little less efficient. But the real trouble starts when you combine that with weak muscles. Good balance depends on our muscles making tiny, lightning-fast adjustments to keep us stable. When the muscles are weak, those adjustments get slow and clumsy. A small trip over a rug, which we would have easily recovered from years ago, can suddenly turn into a serious fall. This creates a deep, powerful fear. The fear of falling is incredibly common, and it can make us shrink our own worlds. We limit what we do, we stay home more, we become more isolated, and that can lead to feeling depressed and helpless. This is that frustrating cycle we talked about. You feel trapped, it hurts to move, but you get weaker when you stay still. That is exactly why we are here. The 5 exercises we're about to do are not random. They were picked specifically to fight this cycle of weakness and fear. They're alternatives to walking that give you huge benefits. They target the exact muscles that have been weakened by sitting still: your quads, your glutes, your core, and the muscles that hold you up straight. And they're designed to be done safely, with support, to take the fear of falling completely out of the picture. Let's treat this session not as a workout, but as an investment. An investment in your independence. An investment in your confidence. An investment in a fuller, more active life, free from that constant worry about pain or a fall. What you're doing today is telling your body, I'm not giving up. I'm fighting back. And you're doing it in a smart, safe, and sustainable way. Let's get that sturdy chair ready for our first exercise. Alright, let's begin with what I honestly believe is the single most important exercise for keeping your independence as you age, the chair squat. It sounds simple, and it is, but don't let that fool you. It's incredibly powerful. So why is this number one? Because you do this movement all day, every day. You do it when you get up from the toilet, when you stand up from the dinner table, when you get out of the car. Being able to stand up from a chair without help is a cornerstone of independence. In fact, having trouble getting up from a chair is a known risk factor for falls. The chair squat strengthens the exact muscles you need for this job. The big muscles on the front of your thighs, your quadriceps, and the muscles in your behind, your glutes. These are the powerhouse muscles that walking strengthens, but the chair squat does it without the pounding on your knees and hips. It's the perfect, safe alternative. Now, let's get set up. I want you to come sit on the front third of your sturdy chair. Your feet should be flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider if that feels more stable for you. Your toes can point straight ahead or just a little bit out. Rest your hands on your thighs, or you can cross your arms over your chest. Now, sit up tall, pull your shoulders back and down, and just gently tighten your stomach muscles. This good posture is where we start. We're going to do this very slowly, step by step. The first move is to shift your weight forward. Lean your chest forward over your thighs, keeping your back nice and straight. Think about bringing your nose out over your toes. This little weight shift is critical. It's what tells your leg muscles it's time to get to work. Okay, from this forward-leaning position, I want you to press down through your entire foot, your heel and the ball of your foot. Push the floor away as you start to lift your hips off the chair. Squeeze your butt muscles as you come up to a full standing position. Take a moment here. Stand up tall and proud. Now for part 2, sitting back down with control. This is just as important. We are not going to just plop back down. Look straight ahead, not at the floor. Start to push your hips backward, like you're reaching for the chair with your bottom. Bend at your knees, keeping your chest up and your back straight for as long as you can. Control it all the way down until you feel the chair and sit gently. That slow, controlled lowering is what builds amazing strength and stability. Let's try one more together, nice and slow. Sit tall. Feet flat. Lean forward, nose over your toes. Press through your feet, squeeze your glutes, and stand up. Wonderful. Now, control the trip back down. Hips go back, back stays straight, and slowly, slowly, slowly sit. A couple of things to watch for. First, try not to let your knees cave in toward each other when you stand. Think about keeping them tracking right over your feet. Second, avoid rocking back and forth to get momentum. We want the movement to be smooth, powered by your legs, not by swinging. And third, don't forget to breathe. A good pattern is to breathe out as you stand up, and breathe in as you sit down. Now, what if standing all the way up feels like too much right now? That is perfectly fine. We'll do a chair lift instead. From the exact same starting position, you'll lean forward, press through your feet, but only lift your hips an inch or two off the chair. Hold it there for a second, and then slowly lower yourself back down. That tiny little movement still fires up all those crucial muscles and starts building strength in a super safe way. You are still getting a huge benefit. Alright, ready to do a set together? We're going to aim for 8 representatives. If you only do 3 or 4, that's a fantastic start. The goal here is progress, not perfection. Listen to your body. Here we go. Get in position. Sit tall, feet flat. 1. Lean forward. Press through the feet and stand. Good. Now control it down, hips back, and sit. 2. Lean forward. Push the floor away and rise. Excellent. And slowly lower yourself back down. 3. Breathe out as you stand. Feel those thigh muscles working. Wonderful. Breathe in as you slowly sit. 4. Halfway there. Keep that back straight. Chest proud. Perfect. And control the descent. Don't just drop. 5. Squeeze those glutes at the top. It makes a huge difference. Great job. And slowly down. 6. You're doing fantastic. Remember the modification if you need it. Just a little lift is still powerful. And back down. 7. Last 2. Make them your best ones. Press and stand tall. Feel that strength. Now, control, control, control. 8. Final 1. Lean, press, and stand. Hold it for a moment. Feel what it's like to be strong and stable. Now, slowly and with perfect control, sit back down. Wonderful job. Take a little break. You should have felt that in the front of your thighs and in your glutes. That is the feeling of getting stronger. That is the feeling of building your independence. Take a couple of deep breaths, and when you're ready, we'll move on to our next exercise. Our second exercise is the seated march. I love this one because it's a fantastic way to get the circulation going, warm up your hip joints, and strengthen the muscles that help you lift your legs when you walk, all without any impact or any risk of losing your balance. Why is this important? Often, when walking gets hard, it's because lifting each foot feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. This can happen when the muscles at the front of your hips, your hip flexors, and your lower abs get weak. When that happens, we tend to shuffle our feet instead of lifting them, which is a major trip hazard. The seated march targets these muscles directly while you're in a safe, supported position. It also gently gets your heart rate up, which gives you a nice little cardio benefit for your heart health and stamina. So let's get ready. I want you to sit up tall in your chair again, sitting towards the front edge, but make sure you feel stable. Your back should be straight, not leaning on the chair back. This makes your core muscles wake up and support you. Feet are flat on the floor, about hip width apart. You can rest your hands on your thighs, or if you need a bit more support, hold onto the sides of your chair. The movement is as simple as it sounds. We're just going to march while sitting down. Keeping your back straight, slowly lift your right knee up toward the ceiling. Just lift it as high as feels comfortable. Don't strain yourself. This isn't a contest to see who can get their knee to their nose. The goal is controlled movement. Now, just as slowly, lower your right foot back to the floor. The moment it touches, start lifting your left knee up. You might feel your lower stomach muscles tighten a bit as you lift. Then, slowly lower the left foot back down. That's one full rep, right, then left. We want to make it a smooth, continuous rhythm, just like you're marching. Let's try a couple more, nice and slow. Lift the right knee. Control. Lower the right foot. Lift the left knee. Control. Lower the left foot. Do you feel how you have to keep your body stable and upright? That's your core working to stop you from rocking side to side. It's perfect for building that foundational stability. What to watch out for? The most common thing I see is people slouching or rounding their back. Really try to keep your spine long and your chest lifted. Imagine there's a string pulling the top of your head up to the ceiling. Also, try not to just let your foot flop back down. The lowering part is just as important as the lifting part. Control the descent to get the most out of every march. And of course, keep breathing steadily. Now, for our modification. If lifting your knee high feels like too much, just make the movement smaller. You can just lift your heel off the floor, then the other. This will still get the muscles working and improve circulation in your lower legs. Or, just lift your foot an inch or two off the floor. The key is to just keep moving. Any little bit of activation is better than nothing. Ready to do a set with me? We're going to march for about 1 minute. I'll keep an eye on the time. Remember to go at a pace that feels good for you. If you need to stop and rest, please do. This is your time. Let's begin. Sit tall. Tummy tight. And start marching. Right knee up and down. Left knee up and down. Find a nice, steady rhythm that works for you. That's it. Think about sitting tall and proud. Chest open, shoulders back. We're about 20 seconds in. How's it feeling? You might feel a gentle warmth building in your hips and thighs. That's a good thing. That's blood flow. That's your muscles waking up. Keep that rhythm going. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We're at the halfway point, 30 seconds to go. If you're feeling strong, you could try lifting your knees just a tiny bit higher. Or maybe pick up the pace just a little. But only if it feels good. Good form and control are always more important than speed. Don't slouch. Just 15 seconds left. You are doing wonderfully. Keep breathing. This simple little movement is doing so much good. It's building strength for walking, it's helping your circulation, and it's training your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Place both feet flat on the floor. Excellent work. Take a deep breath in, and let it all out. You might notice your heart is beating a little faster, and that's a great sign. You just gave your cardiovascular system a gentle and effective little workout. Let your breathing get back to normal. You've just strengthened the very muscles that will make every step you take a little easier and a lot safer. For our third exercise, we're going to get out of the chair, but don't worry, we're still using a support. We're going to do a wall push-up. This is a brilliant exercise for building strength in your upper body and your core, which is surprisingly important for your balance and for preventing a serious injury if you do fall. So, why does upper body strength matter so much for walking? Think about it. Strong arms and shoulders help you push up from a low chair. They help you carry your groceries. And most importantly, if you were to stumble, having some strength in your arms and chest could mean the difference between catching yourself and falling. A lack of upper body strength is often overlooked when we talk about staying mobile, but it's a huge piece of the puzzle for staying independent. The wall push-up strengthens your chest, your shoulders, and the back of your arms, your triceps, without any of the strain of a regular push-up on the floor. It also makes your core muscles work to keep your body in a straight line, which is fantastic for your posture. Let's get set up. Find a clear, sturdy wall. Stand about 2 feet away from it, facing the wall. Your feet should be about hip-width apart. Now, place your hands flat on the wall, just a little bit wider than your shoulders, and right at shoulder height. Your fingers can point up to the ceiling or a little bit inward, whatever feels best on your wrists. This is your starting position. Your body should be in one straight, strong line from your head, down your back, all the way to your heels. Don't let your hips sag down or stick your bottom out. Tighten your stomach muscles. Think about pulling your belly button in towards your spine, to keep your body as rigid as a plank. Okay, here's the movement. Slowly bend your elbows and begin to lean your whole body toward the wall. Keep your back straight the entire time. Move as one single piece. Go as far as you feel comfortable and in control. You should feel a nice stretch across your chest. Pause for a second when you're closest to the wall. Now, press firmly into the wall with your hands and push your body right back to where you started. Straighten your arms, but don't lock your elbows. The power should feel like it's coming from your chest and shoulders. That's 1 rep. Let's try one more together. Slowly lean in, keeping that body line perfectly straight. Core is tight. Now, push the wall away from you. Breathe out as you push. Return to the start. Common mistakes. The biggest one is letting your back arch or your hips sag. This just puts pressure on your lower back. Remember to keep that tummy tight to protect your back. Another one is poking your head forward like a turtle. Try to keep your head aligned with your spine the whole time. Your whole body moves as one. And finally, don't rush it. The slower and more controlled you are, the more benefit you get. Now for the modifications. This exercise is so easy to adjust. If it feels too hard, just move your feet a little closer to the wall. This reduces how much weight you're pushing and makes it easier. If you want more of a challenge, you can step your feet further back. You are in complete control. And if you have any wrist pain, try making fists and putting your knuckles on the wall instead of your flat palms. Ready for a set? We'll aim for 8 to 10 repetitions. As always, listen to your body. Only do what feels good for you. Let's get in position. Hands on the wall, feet back. Body in a straight line. 1. Slowly lean in, bending at the elbows. Now, push back to the start. Excellent. 2. Breathe in on the way to the wall. Breathe out as you push away. 3. Feel those chest and shoulder muscles working. You're building such valuable strength. 4. Keep that core tight. No saggy hips. Straight line from your head to your heels. 5. Halfway there. You're doing great. Keep it smooth and controlled. 6. If you need to adjust your feet, closer or further, go right ahead. Make it work for you. 7. Push strongly. This strength is what helps you stay safe and independent. 8. Let's do 2 more if you're feeling good. Lean in with control. Push back with power. 9. Almost there. 1 more. 10. Make this your best one. Perfect form. Lean in, and push back to the start. Wonderful. Gently walk your feet in towards the wall and shake out your arms a little. You should feel that in your chest, the front of your shoulders, and maybe the back of your arms. Take a few deep breaths. Building upper body strength is such a smart, proactive step towards fall prevention. You've done something wonderful for your whole body. Okay, we are back in our sturdy chair for our 4th exercise, the seated resistance band row. This movement is absolutely fantastic for fixing something that happens to almost all of us as we get older, our posture. Why is posture so important? When we slouch or let our shoulders round forward, it doesn't just make us look older, it actually throws off our balance and increases our risk of falling. When we're slumped over, our center of gravity shifts forward, and we become less stable. This posture usually happens because our back muscles get weak and our chest muscles get tight, which is a classic result of sitting more. The seated row targets the muscles in your upper back, your rhomboids and lats, that are in charge of pulling your shoulder blades back and helping you stand up straight. A strong back is like the scaffolding for a stable body. For this one, you'll need a light resistance band. If you don't have one, don't you worry. You can still do the exact same motion without the band and get a great benefit just by activating the muscles. Let's get set up. Sit tall on the edge of your chair, with your feet flat on the floor. Take your resistance band and loop it around the arches of both feet. Make sure it's on there securely. Hold one end of the band in each hand. Now, sit up as tall as you possibly can, with your arms stretched out in front of you, holding the band so there's a little bit of tension. Your palms should be facing each other. Pull your shoulders down and away from your ears. This is our starting point. The whole movement is about pulling backward. I want you to imagine you're trying to squeeze a pencil right between your shoulder blades. Leading with your elbows, pull that band straight back toward the sides of your chest. As you pull, really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep your elbows tucked in close to your body. Your upper body should stay perfectly still and upright. Don't lean back when you pull. Pause for a second in that pulled back position, really feeling that squeeze in your upper back. Now, with control, slowly let your arms move back to the starting position. Don't just let the band snap your hands forward. Fighting the band on the way back is a super important part of the exercise. That's one rep. Let's do another one slowly. Sit tall. Squeeze the shoulder blades and pull the band back. Elbows stay close. Pause. Now slowly, with control, release forward. Common mistakes. The most common one is shrugging your shoulders up to your ears when you pull. Really think about keeping your shoulders down and relaxed. Another mistake is to use your arm muscles to do all the work. Try to start the movement from your back by thinking about those shoulder blades first. And finally, don't round your back. Stay tall and proud the whole time. Modification. If the band feels too heavy, just loosen your grip and hold it further down to give yourself more slack and less resistance. And if you don't have a band, no problem. Just do the same motion. Extend your arms, make gentle fists, and then pull back, focusing as hard as you can on squeezing your shoulder blades together. This is a really powerful exercise even without any resistance. Alright, let's do a set together. We're aiming for 10 representatives. Remember to focus on that squeeze between the shoulder blades. Let's begin. Sit tall, arms out. 1. Pull back and squeeze. Feel those back muscles turn on. Now, slowly release. 2. Breathe out as you pull. Breathe in as you release. Great. 3. Keep those shoulders down, away from the ears. Chest is proud. 4. This is the perfect antidote to slouching. You're literally building a stronger, more upright posture. 5. Halfway there. Squeeze. And control the release. Don't rush it. 6. Imagine that pencil between your shoulder blades. That's the feeling we want. 7. This is such a great exercise. It helps with balance, can reduce backache, and just makes you feel more confident. 8. Last few. Keep the form perfect. Pull, squeeze, and release. 9. One more to go. Make it your best posture building rep yet. 10. Pull back, squeeze for an extra second, hold it, and now slowly release all the way forward. Fantastic work. You can carefully take the band off your feet and set it aside. Maybe roll your shoulders back a few times. You might feel a nice warmth in your upper back. That's the feeling of strengthening your body's foundation. Every time you do this, you're taking a huge step towards better balance and a more confident posture. For our fifth and final exercise, we're going to work directly on the thing that can be the scariest part of losing mobility, our balance. We're going to do a modified heel-to-toe walk, and we'll use our trusty chair for complete support and safety. Why is this one so important? Walking isn't just about leg strength, it's a constant act of balancing. With every step, you're briefly standing on one leg. The heel-to-toe walk, sometimes called a tandem walk, makes your base of support very narrow, which challenges, and because it challenges, improves, your balance systems. By practicing this in a totally safe way, you're retraining your brain and your body to work together to keep you stable. This can make you feel so much more confident when you're walking around your home or out in the world, and it can help reduce that fear of falling that holds us back. Let's get set up. Place your sturdy chair to one side, so you can rest a hand on the back of it for support. You could also do this next to a kitchen counter or a clay wall. The support is there to keep you 100% safe. Please, don't be a hero and try this without support. The goal is to train your balance, not to test it. Stand up tall, feet together, holding onto your chair or countertop. Now, find a spot on the wall in front of you to look at. Keeping your eyes fixed on one spot is a great trick for helping with balance. Okay, here's what we'll do. We're going to take a small step forward with the foot that's furthest from the chair. But instead of a normal step, I want you to place the heel of that front foot directly in front of the toes of your back foot. Imagine you're walking on a tightrope. The heel of your front foot should be touching, or almost touching, the toes of your back foot. Just hold this position for a second. You'll probably feel a little wobbly. That's completely normal. Your hand is on the chair for support. Your ankle muscles, your leg muscles, and your core are all working like crazy to keep you steady. Now, take another small step with your back foot, bringing it forward and placing its heel directly in front of the toes of the other foot. Let's keep taking small, deliberate, heel-to-toe steps forward. We'll aim for about 5 or 6 steps. Once you've done that, we'll just carefully turn around, still holding on for support, and walk heel-to-toe right back to where we started. The biggest mistake is looking down at your feet. I know it feels like the right thing to do, but it actually throws your balance off. Keep your head up and your eyes locked on that spot in front of you. The other common error is to rush. This exercise is all about slow, deliberate control. The slower you go, the harder your balance systems have to work, and the more benefit you'll get. If placing your heel right in front of your toe feels way too unstable, even with support, just widen your stance a bit. Instead of a tightrope, imagine you're walking on 2 train tracks that are very close together. You place your heel just slightly to the side of your back foot. This still makes your base of support narrower and challenges your balance, but in a much more manageable way. You can slowly work towards a true heel-to-toe line over time. Are you ready to try this with me? Let's get in position next to our chair. Stand tall, hand resting lightly on the chair. Eyes forward. Let's begin. Take a small step with your outside foot, placing the heel right in front of the toes of your inside foot. That's 1. Now bring the other foot forward. Heel to toe. That's 2. Go slowly. Feel your body making all those little adjustments. 3. Keep your gaze steady. You're doing great. 4. Your hand is there for safety. Use it as much as you need to. 5. One more step forward. Perfect. Now, let's pause. Carefully turn around, keeping your hand on the chair. And let's walk back. 1. Heel to toe. It might feel a little different going this way. 2. Slow and steady. 3. Head up, eyes forward. 4. Almost there. 5. And bring your feet back together, side by side. Wonderful job. How did that feel? You probably felt your ankle muscles working overtime. That is fantastic. You are waking up and strengthening the very muscles that can prevent an ankle roll or a stumble. This exercise is pure, focused balance training, and it's one of the most effective things you can do to lower your risk of falling. You did it. You completed all 5 exercises. Take a moment to sit back down in your chair, place your hands on your lap, and just breathe. I really want you to take a second and acknowledge what you just did. You didn't just move your body, you took a powerful, concrete step towards a stronger, more stable, and more independent future. That is something to be incredibly proud of. Now, I want to give you a little bonus tip, and it's all about consistency. The hardest part of any exercise program isn't starting it, it's sticking with it. The secret is to connect these exercises to a habit you already do every single day. Maybe you can do them every morning right after you have your first cup of coffee. Or you could do them in the afternoon while you're waiting for the kettle to boil for tea. Maybe you do them while the evening news is on. When you habits stack like this, you don't have to find new motivation every day. It just becomes a normal part of your routine. Start small. Maybe for this week, you just commit to doing the chair squats and seated marches every day. That's it. Just a few minutes a day. But those few minutes, added up over weeks and months, will lead to incredible changes. You'll start to notice that getting up from your favorite chair feels a little easier. You'll notice you feel more steady on your feet when you reach into a high cabinet. These little victories are the building blocks of getting your confidence back. What you've learned today is that you have options. You have power. You are not defined by any pain or limitations you might be feeling. You now have a set of tools you can use anytime, anywhere, to fight back against muscle loss and instability. These 5 exercises are your declaration of independence. They are your way of telling your body and the world that you are still strong, you are still capable, and you are in control. Remember that feeling of strength you felt at the end of the chair squats, or that stability from the wall push-ups. Hold on to that feeling. That is the real you. Thank you so much for joining me today and for investing this time in yourself. You have done something truly wonderful for your health and your well-being. If you found this session helpful, and you'd like to continue this journey with me, the best way to do that is to click the subscribe button below this video. It's totally free, and it just means you won't miss out on future videos designed to help you stay strong, active, and healthy. And I would truly love to hear from you. Please, leave a comment below and let me know which of these 5 exercises was your favorite, or which one you felt helped you the most. Your feedback not only encourages everyone else in this amazing community, but it also helps me make more content that really helps you. Remember, every single movement counts. Every chair squat, every seated march, every little bit of effort you put in is a deposit in your health account. Be patient with yourself, be consistent, and most of all, be proud of every small step you take. You have the power to make a change. Today was day 1. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care, and stay strong.